So now that we've had an opportunity to get to know each other, do some introductions, let's really dive into the content here. All of us at some point are going to encounter situations where we recognize we need to grow, but we just really aren't sure how to do that. And there can be a number of situations that drive that, whether it's in our professional life, whether it's in our home life, family, whatever it might be. So as we focus in on what it means as a leader, there are a number of situations or indicators that might tell us that there's a different kind of growth that we need. That might be that maybe things that used to be important to you have changed. Things that you valued about your work or about your what it meant to succeed and achieve have changed. There might be a recognition that, despite how many courses or training or schooling that you get, they may not be making you a better leader. They're certainly informing you, helping you develop your own skills and proficiency in certain areas, but they're not necessarily improving how you lead. You might also begin to recognize that you no longer value necessarily what the company values, that there's more that you want about your job, about the expectations. It's not maybe meeting all of your quarterly goals and earnings requirements, that there's something more fulfilling that you're trying to find. And then finally, there can be a real stark recognition that as you look at your company, that the culture that's driving the company forward and the goals that the company have might be mismatched. That the company is going to need to get where it needs to go is going to require some very different mindsets and practices to be able to achieve that. All of these are indications of the need for vertical development. So let's talk a little bit more about that. And maybe the easiest way to explain vertical development is to contrast it with horizontal development. So I think horizontal development is what we are most used to as learning development professionals. It's about how we develop skills, how we add more information, how we develop our own proficiency over time. It's about developing our capabilities, this transfer of expertise from one person to another. So many of the instructional design processes and procedures that we really embrace are about how to do this, how to develop ourselves horizontally. So let's contrast that now with vertical development, which is very much about how we're going through transformation, through our own changing our own perspectives, understanding complexity and ambiguity in very different ways. We oftentimes use terms like our mindset or our paradigms, building our own self-awareness. All of this in combination with each other is about developing really strong growth in ourselves. On one hand, yes, we need to develop our knowledge and skills, our own experience, our own proficiency. On the other hand, we need to be amplifying and improving how we look at the world, developing our own sense of our own self-awareness and how we work with others, the way that we look at our own business. And really, in looking at both of these on a continuum, on one hand, we might call it manager capability. What does it mean to be a manager, to be capable? What are all those capabilities and proficiencies that we need to have? And on the other hand, what is our leadership capacity? And I use that term capacity to mean our capacity to have empathy, our capacity to look at complex situations in new ways, in novel ways. One way that it's explained in industry is our horizontal development is about filling that cup. On the vertical side, it's about expanding the size of the cup so that it can hold more. So with this